Makes all the difference in the world. We'll tell you why in a bit. Devontae Booker, deep man for the Denver Broncos, will not get a chance to return this. And we'll start from the 25-yard line.
Putting them in a better position to try and win football games.
He'll start on the ground with C.J. Anderson, and Anderson spinning for about 3, maybe 4 yards.
Holding. Offense. Number 73. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
This is Anderson again. Anderson across the 20 and out to about the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. Denver on 2nd and 13, and Osweiler to throw for the first time today. And that's just across the 25 to the 27-yard line to Emmanuel Sanders.
So this is a must-win game for both teams.
On 3rd and 8, Osweiler up the middle. Tackled just as he crosses the 25 out to about the 28-yard line.
Try and play the field position game.
Riley Dixon kicks it away. Alex Erickson floats to the near side of the field. And from his own 26-yard line, looking for running room and not much of it there before he falls forward to the 30. Bengals from their own 30, and this is Joe Mixon. Mixon tucks it inside and picks up about 5. 2nd and 5, and Dalton to throw. Little short pop gets about to the 35. Dalton with time. Now moves out to his left and had to throw it away.
Have the potential to be that type of guy, but you can't just give the ball away and give the other team the type of field.
That one is blocked. Shaquille Barrett appeared to be the one to get in on the punter. Osweiler throwing far side of the field. It is incomplete. Thank you, guys. This has been a heck of a day in the NFL, and it's only half over.
A lot of fantastic finishes around the league.
Anderson inside the 25 to about the 22 on 3rd and 3. Osweiler going to take off with it. Inside the 20. Inside the 15 and out of bounds. At the 14-yard line, it's enough for a first down. This is Devontae Booker. And Booker may have lost a yard on the play. Back to the 12. On 2nd down, it's Booker again. This time Booker finds a little running room off the left side and down to the 5-yard line. Osweiler on the slant, intercepted! Intercepted in the end zone, and bringing it back is Dre Kirkpatrick! Kirkpatrick with a chance to go! Lost the football! Recovered it! And it looks like he'll be marked down just outside of the end zone at the half-yard line.
To get back on top of it.
That is a 100-yard return. Kind of a shocker around the league, 100-yard return, but not a touchdown out of it. In the backfield. Mixon, left side. No signal yet from the officials. On 2nd down, Mixon. Not going to get there this time either. Dalton fakes, rolls, throws, touchdown! Tyler Kroft, the tight end.
Watch the play action. Just a quick block and release to the outside by Kroft.
The extra point is no good. And now they're down 6. Devontae Booker is deep. This one will not be returned, and we check in for the first time today with Jamie Erdahl. Jamie, thank you. 7:06 to play here in the first. And they will start with C.J. Anderson.
We're going to try and check Emmanuel Sanders, and we'll just kind of see if they keep him to one side or not. Osweiler
did not connect with Devontae Booker on the outside, and the boos start to rain down.
From here, off the interception, that's how Cincinnati got their points.
On 3rd and 5, Osweiler on the move, now throws wide open on the near side of the field is Cody Latimer for a first down as they cross midfield and into Cincinnati territory.
180! What's that?
So on first down, Osweiler still with the ball and throwing to the sideline, and that is complete. Benny Fowler with the catch and adds a little additional yardage down the sideline to another first down. View of the field than Brock Osweiler.
That height helps out a lot, that's for sure.
6'7", 240. This is Booker.
There's no foul on the play on the defense as the runner was down. Second down.
Return and this drive that's been going here, it's taking its toll on Fitzpatrick.
Osweiler in and out of the hands of Demaryius Thomas.
180! What's that?
Osweiler breaks free. Going to try to run for it, not going to get there. Going to come down about 1.5 yards short of a first down.
To do it.
4th and 2, C.J. Anderson in the backfield. Gets the handoff. Shakes a tackler and goes inside the 20 for a first down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Gets the handoff. Up the middle. Inside, just inside the 15-yard line.
That little movement by Booker that's just the confirmed coverage for Brock Osweiler if he wants to change to a pass.
Booker left side for about 4. 3rd and 2.
What's that?
Booker diving across the 10 to about the 8.5-yard line. And Booker getting the majority of the carries here early on. Play fake to him. Osweiler under pressure, got rid of it. And there were nothing but Bengals in that screenshot on 2nd and goal. This is C.J. Anderson. Anderson inside the 5 to about the 3.
Into the backfield again.
C.J. Anderson straight ahead. Touchdown!
Make this look as like it's an option for Osweiler. I can tell you right now, that was not an option for Osweiler. That was just to freeze the defense to make him think that he could pull it and keep it. There was no way he was keeping it on that one. That one was going for sure to C.J. Anderson. Of course, now you answer.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. It is touchdown.
C.J. Anderson does 16 for 16 in points after so far. Make it 17. 41 seconds to play in the first quarter. Week of the season. Alex Erickson is deep.
I'm not going to complain about the weather, but in the 2 days that we've been here, the temperatures varied 40 degrees. So, but that's part of being here.
The reality
of this game.
This is the rookie Mixon being patient and out close to the 30-yard line. And he does. And it's Mixon again. And Mixon this time for maybe a yard or so as a touchdown. This one to the outside, and that is complete. And reaching for first down yardage is Tyler Boyd. Mixon in the backfield. Mixon, the fake to him. The pass is complete and out across the 40, down the sideline, and he's going to be marked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Brandon LaFell
from Cincinnati.
This one down the sideline. It is incomplete. Out of bounds is A.J. Green.
That's when Andy Dalton needs to take advantage of.
Mixon with blocking around the left side across the 30. Dalton throwing, has a man open. It is caught for the touchdown. Alex Erickson.
He gets that one-on-one with Bradley Roby. See, Roby was sitting at the sticks. He was sitting there thinking that Erickson was going to break out. Did you see the hesitation that Roby had, thinking he was going to go ahead and cut it to the sideline, try and undercut it, not anticipating Erickson going up the field.
The Broncos for 4 seasons led them to their first Super Bowl appearance during the '77 season, and Red passed away just 2 months ago at the age of 89. And C.J. Anderson will start this drive in the backfield. Play fake to him. Osweiler being chased and threw and incomplete. Let's go to Jamie.
We even asked Marvin Lewis, like, what did you tell your players? They said, you know, you got to hydrate, you got to get your sleep, you know, all the things that you hear about playing at elevation. Of course, they have the oxygen on the sideline as well.
What'd you do when you came here to play? 8 now. Osweiler with time, throwing, that's complete, and enough for a first down to Emmanuel Sanders.
Good decision by Osweiler.
C.J. Anderson to about the 37, 38-yard line where he is brought down. On 2nd and 9, Osweiler. In and out of the hands of the tight end, Virgil Green. Throwing to the far side, and that one just didn't work from the get-go. Demaryius Thomas had to reach back for a hand on it, and they'll have to punt it away.
They faked blitz and went drop back into zone. It would have been tackled and forced a fourth down.
Alex Erickson, he had the 29-yard touchdown catch moments ago. Fair catch called for and made at about the 17-yard line. From the 18-yard line, Dalton to throw. Had it batted down at the line of scrimmage. Mixon across the 20 to about the 22.5-yard line. Derek Wolfe. Bengals 3 for 4 in third down attempts. Here's a 3rd and 6. Dalton down inside of the 20. Derek Wolfe.
It's a lineman, you're like, what can I do? I've got the separation, but I can't prevent it from going over the top.
Taylor drifting back at his own 25. Coming up the sideline across the 35, and a flag flies.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 41. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down. Timeout.
The penalty. Meanwhile, Von Miller took a look at his back, and he looks like he may be ready to return. That pass is incomplete. Intended for Austin Traylor. Straight ahead. Running room. Devontae Booker. I'm going to say now that Ray has suffered a hamstring injury. His return is questionable at this point. That quick pass and across the 40 to the 42 is Booker. And this is Devontae Booker again, and this time he's going to lose yardage. And that is number 55. Osweiler trying to escape the pressure and cannot. He goes down at the 32-yard line. Looked like Carlos Dunlap was the first to him. Floats to his right, throws over the middle. That is complete to C.J. Anderson, and Anderson just across the 45 to the 46. That won't be enough for a first down.
Out on the field, I think from a play calling standpoint and understanding what to do, Burfict has it dialed in.
Alex Erickson, fair catch called and made at about the 8-yard line. Bailey worth over $2 million. Mixon across the 10 to about the 12. Von Miller making the tackle. On 2nd and 5. A little shovel pass ahead, doesn't get much. 3rd and 5 for the Bengals. Dalton flips to Mixon. Mixon looking for running room, doesn't find much. Not a great kick by Huber.
Good job, buddy.
And then it takes a Denver bounce.
Well, and that's coming into today at a 48-yard average. You think at elevation it would boom it more than that, so not a very good one. Setting up good field position for Denver.
C.J. Anderson across the 40. C.J. Anderson still in the backfield on 2nd and 5. And looks like he'll lose a yard on the play.
Very good. And that's why they have those rings and gold jackets, right?
3rd and 6. And Osweiler goes down back at his own 42-yard line. Riley Dixon to kick it away to Alex Erickson. And fair catch is made at the 12-yard line. Both teams, all 3 timeouts remaining. Andy Dalton throwing to the near side of the field. The catch is made by A.J. Green, and he is out of bounds.
7, they will go man in the secondary.
Dalton, with time, throws the other way, and this is incomplete. 58 seconds on the clock. Dalton throws that one incomplete. Giovanni Bernard coming out of the backfield. Best in the NFL. on third down. Bernard. Well, Denver's defense just got a little better on third down. Derek Wolfe dragged him down.
4 yards. You got to try and boom it away because Denver's sitting on 2 timeouts.
Emmanuel Sanders going to let this one bounce, and it takes a Cincinnati bounce, and he's going to grab it and circle back and lose yardage. And all of a sudden, he's all the way back to his own 23-yard line.
2 deep safeties try and keep everything in front of him, not allow a big play to happen.
Osweiler throwing, that's complete across the 30, out to the 34-yard line is Austin Traylor.
So looks like the Bengals may bring pressure. Instead, they drop back for coverage.
We have a penalty marker down that is tipped and incomplete.
Offside. Defense, number 58. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
On the clock, 1st and 5. Osweiler on the move and had to get rid of it as he was hit on the far side of the field by Chris Smith.
Just hit a draw or something, and maybe a screen, just something short.
He's going to throw it. Looks good throwing it too. And out across the 45 is once again Austin Traylor.
Here today getting some first downs.
Let's see what Osweiler has in mind here on first down. Flags fly. The throw to the near sideline is complete to Corey Latimer, and let's check the flag.
Offside. Defense, number 58.
And that's Carl Lawson once again.
It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
You see the Bengals have double defenders on both boundaries, not going to allow it to happen.
Screen, C.J. Anderson near side gets out of bounds as he goes inside the 45 to the 43-yard line.
And nobody back for Cincinnati in case this ends up short.
And this won't count.
Part of the snap. Timeout. Cincinnati. 30 seconds.
Marvin giving a little push. Blocked. Blocked at the line of scrimmage and rolls out of bounds, and that will bring the first half to a halt.
And how about that for a timeout for Marvin Lewis? Side, and that's what they've got to do to try and take advantage from an offensive standpoint.
The kick sails through the end zone. We sail down to Jamie Erdahl. The Cincinnati Bengals, that is no way to support a passing game. Dalton to throw. Batted down. Adam Gotsis got a hand up, and Mixon in the backfield on second down. And he gets stuffed on the far side. Meanwhile, pass distribution for the Bengals. Last 3 Bengals drives, punts. Dalton throws this side of the field, and that is complete to Tyler Croft, the tight end. Line drive kick, and fair catch is made by Taylor.
180! What's up?
Osweiler with time. Now running out of time, floating left and diving across the 20 to about the 22-yard line.
Do that shoulder.
Paxton Lynch, first time active all season long. This is C.J. Anderson. Not much. Replaces him in the lineup. Here's a 3rd and 5. Osweiler throwing outside, and that's good for yardage. Booker down the sideline and bumped out of bounds at the 44. Booker back in the lineup. Booker with the handoff. To about the 48.
Losing the game to the New York Giants, and then it just kind of steamrolled from there. So now trying to get things changed around, but not happening so far today.
This is Devontae Booker, and he's stacked up, appears to be just short of the first down.
One.
Jamal Charles on the field. Gets the pitch. Going to turn the corner and get the first down out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Charles reverses field and ducks inside the 40, and we get a late flag thrown in.
Holding. Offense, number 73. 10-yard penalty, replay.
That's
First
Alan
down.
Barber. Osweiler complete across midfield to Virgil Green, the tight end. Charles. Broke free momentarily, and
again, C.J. Anderson coming in to try and give an indicator to Brock Osweiler.
That pass over the middle incomplete. Erickson inside his own 10. Puts it up. They're going to let it bounce. Bounces at the 5 and down at the 1. Denver Botanic Gardens. And from the 1-yard line, Joe Mixon busts it out to about the 5. Trent, you and I were just commenting during the break that
Cincinnati tries to do that.
5 first downs all day long. The give is to Mixon again, and Mixon across the 10, and we have a penalty marker.
Holding. Offense. Number 65. That penalty is half the distance from the goal. Replay.
Both of these coaches
Badly need one here. Dalton throwing out of his end zone. Just got it away. Incomplete over the middle and close to being intercepted. Dalton lets it go. Incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders at midfield for the punt. Line drive, and Sanders with a chance to return from the 47. And is going to get decked at about the 43-yard line.
I always like going for a big play when you get the ball in the other team's field position. They go with the flea flicker.
Got hit just as he released it, and nobody down there at the 5-yard line where it comes down. This is Devontae Booker. 3rd and 7. On the slant. That's complete for a first down. Demaryius Thomas with the good hands.
This game is so, we'll see if he needs more trees.
Booker. And Booker still fighting. Inside the 30.
Helping is going to continue to help Brock Osweiler in the pass game.
On 2nd and 5, he throws far side, and that is behind Emmanuel Sanders. It'll be 3rd and 5. Osweiler had it batted at the line of scrimmage by Carlos Dunlap.
6 after the tip ball, and that time not able to connect.
McManus from 45 yards out, and it is good. Ski dog of the Loveland ski area, and the unofficial mascot of the Denver Broncos, wearing a Von Miller jersey and looking really good in it. Cincinnati has seen their lead cut to 3 at 13-10. Play fake, Dalton with time and throwing, and that's complete. A.J. Green. Bernard, no place to bounce. Got wrapped up and comes up short at about the 38-yard line. 2nd and 13. Dalton over the middle. That is complete. And out to the 45-yard line is Giovanni Bernard out of the backfield. Quick pass on the slant across midfield to about the 47.5-yard line is Brandon LaFell for the first down. At the Denver 47.5. Dalton over the middle, in and out of the hands of Tyler Kroft. Bernard to the 45.
They better get it snapped.
Just barely. Dalton looking left, pulls it down, hit from behind and goes down. A field goal range. Jordan Taylor is deep for the punt. And calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 10-yard line. 385. Meanwhile, here's C.J. Anderson, and Anderson getting tripped up and losing a couple yards. Big in their game. Osweiler running out of time. On the move, throws, and in and out of the hands of C.J. Anderson. Osweiler from the goal line over the middle, and that's complete across the 20-yard line. Now at the 21-yard line. Osweiler with time and throws, and that's complete out to the 25. On 2nd and 6, the pass to the near side, and that is complete at the 35-yard line. Jordan Taylor with the catch. Booker for a couple as he crosses the 40. How strange is it to hear someone other than Peyton Manning yell out Omaha
in the system.
On second and 8, this is Anderson, and the ball popped out. Ball popped out, and Cincinnati has it.
Shoulder by Perfect, right on the football, pops it in the air for the Cincinnati recovery.
Joe Mixon in the backfield. Mixon gets the handoff. And at the 42-yard line. Dalton got rid of it. And out to about the 40-yard line is A.J. Green. That'll leave Dalton. That's complete. Inside the 30. Alex Erickson.
In a recovery, but
the challenge.
We've seen some crazy things on challenges.
This is Mixon. To the left for a couple down to the 23-yard line. Shane Ray was able to walk off the field. Here's the pitch for Joe Mixon, trying to turn the corner on the left side, and he's run out of bounds short of the 15-yard line.
Man-to-man across the board. So A.J. Green's at the top if that's where you want to go.
Dalton's going to loft it towards the end zone. Touchdown, A.J. Green.
Time. What he has is A.J. Green. He knows it's just a go route. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of the football. Put it in position to where your best receiver and one of the NFL can make the catch.
Randy Bullock for the extra point. And it is good. Devontae Booker is deep. And this will not be returnable as it sails out of the end zone. Told you that it's been a while. Yes, Peabody here in the Wayback Machine. Osweiler throwing deep. And overthrows his intended receiver. Demarius Thomas covered well. Osweiler, quick pop over the middle.
Well, and I referenced
close to the 30.
Sorry, but
Osweiler making a change the line. Now 3rd and 6. It's complete across the 45-yard line, right on the money to Demarius Thomas. Straight ahead. And not much there for Devontae Booker.
31 straight games, which is tops in the NFL, and they've only done that once this season.
Osweiler stepping up, throwing, and overthrows his intended receiver, Emmanuel Sanders. Osweiler over the middle, that is complete. Good for a first down. Inside the 40-yard line is Demarius Thomas.
Ball 4-down situation all the way through the end of the game.
On first down, Osweiler looks left, throws left, and that's complete. Inside the 35, down to about the 32 or the 31 is Booker.
Bangs, he just went right to the sideline and just standing there stretching, so nothing very serious.
So on 2nd and 2, out here to the near side, this is Thomas. And Thomas steps out of bounds.
He's in incredible physical shape, though.
First down, Osweiler. Booker. Booker inside the 20. Play. Osweiler lofting it down the sideline to the end zone. Touchdown, Demarius Thomas.
Patrick is right in position to make the play. He just never locates the ball. That ball is placed perfectly over the shoulder.
Brandon McManus, the field goal of the extra point, and it's good. So 5:05 to play in the 4th. Low kick, bouncing outside the 5 and then through the end zone for the touchback. Play fake to Mixon. Dalton got rid of it, incomplete. Penalty marker.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 25. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
From the 30, Mixon. Looking to turn the corner, and he does. Mixon will look for the first down and not get it. Domata Peko, the ex-Bengal. Giovanni Bernard in the backfield. 3rd and 3. He kept it. Sliding down for the first down is Andy Dalton at the 45-yard line. On first down. On the slant, incomplete. Intended for LaFell, covered well by Aqib Talib. Mixon, left side. Across the 45 and out to the 47-yard line.
Plays just like they had on the last third down conversion.
Here's a 3rd and 6. On the blitz, he got rid of it. Down the sideline. Diving and incomplete, but there's a flag down.
Touchdown passes today were against Roby
Pass
already.
Defense, number 29. The ball we placed at the spot of the foul, automatic. First down.
Roby bounce remaining, Denver with 1. Mixon. To the 39. Mixon in the backfield. Mixon gets the handoff. And again, not much off the left side as Pecco led the charge. 3rd and 11. They're going to run it, and they're not going to get anywhere with it. Mixon stacked up by the Broncos. Jordan Taylor is deep. Got it away, trying to pin them down, and it floats into the end zone for the touchback. It was in the NFL. Scoreless in the 2-minute offense. That is incomplete at the 25-yard line intended for Emmanuel Sanders. It would have been a 59-yard attempt. Osweiler running out of time and goes down.
To get pressure on the quarterback and be able to drop guys into the secondary, that gives you a huge advantage.
Osweiler throwing, that is complete. This is Devontae Booker out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Osweiler looking for the slant, the dive, and it's incomplete. Incomplete at the 34-yard line, and the ball will go over to the Bengals on downs. The Bengals about to snap a 10-game losing streak here in Denver. New episodes of Wisdom of the Crowd, NCIS Los Angeles, and Madam Secretary tonight, only CBS. That is the last kneel down. The final seconds will tick away. The Denver losing streak now hits 6 straight, while the Cincinnati Bengals keep their slim playoff hopes alive with a 20-17 win.
Well, and the first thing Denver talked to us about was turnover ratio, how they had won 31 straight games when they win the turnover battle. Today, they lost the turnover battle by 2. They were minus 2 in turnover ratio, so that streak continues for them. Unfortunately, time of possession, they had 11 more minutes time of possession, but ultimately it's about the points. Cincinnati took advantage when they had the chance.